One thing I've come to understand is this: if you don't seek the truth for yourself, others will create a story for you and you may lose your way in the process. I want to share the story of this gay man who made his own choice in voting for Donald Trump. Listen to what he had to say about the backlash he faced for choosing Trump over what the so-called woke culture expected of him. They couldn't tolerate his right to think for himself, and the treatment he received speaks volumes.
As a never-Trumper last election and a pretty staunch Democrat, gay Latino man, I just cast my vote for President Trump. Or as some of you guys would like to say, against my own best interest, and for a while there I believed it. It's time that we have a president in office once again that is going to put America and American citizens first. Leading up to this election, things have been intense and pretty crazy, but it has been very eye-opening for me. I've pissed a lot of people off, but I've also gained a lot of supporters as well. Those supporters being people that I've been told my entire life hate me for who I am, simply for being a gay man. Example, Republicans and MAGA supporters. And it's ironic that the loving and accepting community that have been feeding me those lies have now become some of the most hateful people towards me. I have opened my eyes and now realized how the mainstream media has drugged this man through the dirt and completely manipulated how people perceive him. Do I agree with everything that this man has said and or done throughout his life? Absolutely not. But what I do agree with is peace through strength, putting American citizens first, secure borders, ending these wars, making the US more energy independent once again, and bringing jobs back to the United States of America, making everyday living more affordable again, whether it's buying a house, renting, putting gas in your car, or going to the grocery store. For those reasons and others that I did not mention, I am proudly supporting Donald Trump this election. The countdown begins, guys, and soon we will know the fate of this country for the next 4 years. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.
Isn't it ironic? The same people who claim that Donald Trump will strip away freedoms are the ones who won't let anyone step outside the boundaries they set. It's only freedom when you follow the narrative they push. But this man decided to break free and think for himself, and I admire that. I'm not sure what his pronouns are, but that isn't what matters here. What matters is his courage to be free and his refusal to be manipulated. People often say Trump is against women or the LGBTQ community, but is that true? Trump isn't against that group of people. He's against manipulative practices, especially when it comes to children. How can we say children can't vote but can make life-altering decisions about their bodies? If they aren't allowed to make decisions for the country, why should they make irreversible choices about their own bodies? That doesn't make sense. Trump has spoken up about issues facing women too. He believes men shouldn't be competing in women's sports because it's simply unfair. Women and men have different physical strengths, and competing against each other in sports doesn't level the playing field. He's actually supporting women by calling out this imbalance, yet he's still labeled as anti-women. Then there's the issue of abortion. Trump sees that it's spiraling out of control. What used to be a way to save lives in certain situations has, for some, become a casual lifestyle choice. He believes it's important to protect life while also respecting the need for abortion in cases where there are medical complications. But today's culture has made everything accessible, to the point where nothing feels off limits. The left has introduced chaos under the guise of freedom, and many of us are too blind to see it. When this man tried to think for himself, to escape the constraints of their narratives, he was met with hatred. Yet the same people who criticized him claim to be inclusive and loving, welcoming of diverse perspectives. Isn't it interesting? They preach tolerance, yet they refuse to let this man simply choose a leader for himself. This situation exposes the true irony of their so-called acceptance.